Hi everyone, welcome back to Just the Two of Us. My name is Colleen. Today I'm doing something totally different. I'm going to show you how I cut and style my hair. We're going into my bathroom. I usually only do this about twice a year. I hardly ever go to a hairstylist or hairdresser. I haven't been in 4 or 5 years maybe, and you can probably tell half the time that I don't. But I really needed to get like all the dead ends off, the split ends, and more importantly, I really need to thin out my hair because it's really, really thick. So I'll take you along to show you how I do it. There's a couple of I call them tools, like the hair dryers and things like that I use that help me because of fibro, like the pain that I get in my arms, the things that work quickly for me. I'll try and link them below in the description box because they're amazing. They have sped up how quickly I can get my hair done. I have very thick and very naturally curly hair, so these tools have come in very handy for me. So we'll rewind because I've already done my hair and I'll show you how I got to this. All right, here we go. I've done this part on my own before just by bringing my back ends forward, but Frank is here and he's done this before too, so it just makes it easier. He's just going to take the back of my hair and cut an inch, and if he cuts more, it's not going to be good. So just about an inch. And because I have naturally curly hair, I don't want him to pull my hair down. He's just going to kind of leave it naturally the way it is and then cut across about an inch. All right, here we go. Check that out, see if you like it. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Tiny little bit in the middle here. Right.
All right, thank you. I can't find the best angle for you guys because I have the sun pouring in there and the mirror there and the reflection, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. So he did about, like I said, an inch for me. And that's about all I really want done. I'm just going to get all my ends cut off. I haven't cut my hair in probably 9-10 months. So I'm just going to continue what he did back there and bring it forward. I can see where he stopped. First of all, I'm wearing an old t-shirt. I do have a cape, but to me it just gets in the way of everything that I'm doing. So I just put it on an old t-shirt and then I'll just put it in the laundry after. And my ends are so bad. I've been meaning to do this for quite a while and I kept putting it off. Well, it was just time to do it. I can always fix the length later in that. And because I have naturally curly hair and my hair is very thick, it's very forgiving when I cut it. If I don't do it perfectly, if I make a mistake, it's very easy to hide, especially if I let my hair go naturally curly, because especially if I don't blow dry it, no one would ever know. So the length I can always play with later. What I'm going to do now is I'm going right to the top Doesn't matter how much I gather or what. I'm going right to the top, and I can tell all this is dry, dead ends. And I'm going to cut this way. And then I'm going to gather a bit more pieces from the top with some of the pieces that I already cut, so I know how short to go. See, I can see them under there, right about there. Take some of this back, and I'll take some more and measure it to the pieces behind that. There won't be many because it gets shorter as it comes to the front. There. So I've cut the bottom of my hair and the top of my hair, and now what I'm going to do is layer it from working from the bottom to the top, cutting layers in between. This is just how I do it. This really isn't a tutorial, it's just kind of showing you what I do. And I do love going to the hairdresser. Mostly. I love how relaxing it is and all that, but it's very expensive. I never know, you know how you make the appointment ahead of time, like a week, 2 weeks in advance, but I never know how I'm going to feel on the day of my appointment. So then I have to cancel sometimes or go there in pain, and if I have to sit there for a while. So I've learned now to just do it myself. I only do this about twice a year, and I don't really go anywhere. No one sees me very often, and I'm happier with my hair longer, so this is just what I do. So now that I've taken my bottom pieces and my top pieces, I'm going from my bottom to my topper pieces that I cut up there, and I get my angle. You see? And it may not be perfect, and that's okay. And I always check it again after my hair is dry. So I take my bottom and I go up to my top. And I've been doing this off and on for years, and when I still did go to the hairdresser, I remember one hairdresser said to me, "Oh, who cut your hair last time?" And I said, "I did," because it was all layered and everything. And she said, "Oh, you did a really good job." Kind of a bit nervous now because I'm filming it for you guys, but for me it's a matter of getting all the split ends and that off. And it's also very hard on my arms because of the fibro. So now I've made a bunch of layers on this side. Don't worry, I'm going to make them look prettier soon. And now I'll work on that side. I'm going to move the camera and see if it'll work with the sun. If not, I'll just keep doing it and then bring you back when I get to the when I get to the top. So now these are all the pieces I cut at the top. And I'm going to match these ones up to this lower level here. This is where I find it's really damaged the most. It's like just so dead. See? See all that in between? That's from my bottom piece that I cut, and this is from the top. All that in between I'm going to cut. I'll do it in here. And it's okay if I miss pieces. I'll go back. That's too big. And I'll show you at the end the products that, not the products, so my bottom layer, my top layer, and then I'm going to cut everything in between. The hair dryer that I use and this other dryer straightener thing that I've specifically bought because of how my arms ache and because I have such thick curly hair, that when I do go to blow dry, I've bought specific tools to help me in my blow drying in that. They're very lightweight, and one of them is just like it dries and straightens at the same time. I know it doesn't look like much now, but it will. All right, I'm going to flip you to the other side. I don't know what it's going to look like with the sun. Here, I want to cut just a bit more to shape it. See, it's still all really dead right there. And I don't mind if I like shape it around my face a bit more. All right, so now I'm just going to go feel through my hair. If I feel any parts are like uneven, which they're going to be. I'm not a professional, but as long as I get the main pieces together that are the same length. Maybe this one's a wee bit longer. I'm going to cut him a bit. And like I said, I don't mind when I have more layers, like around my face here. I'm going to pull some from the back and see if they're straight or they measure. And then I'll do the same along the top. I just bring everything forward so I can see if they're kind of like the same size. Yep. So it doesn't look like I've cut much because it's all the ends I really did. But for me, these are thinning out scissors. See, they have the teeth in them, the grooves. That's where I'm going to go crazy on my hair. But I do that when it's dry. I don't worry about the back so much. I never see it, so. All right. So I'm going to sweep up my mess. And I only ever use 2 products on my hair. and I'm not loyal to the brand. Whether I blow dry my hair or whether or especially if I let it go natural, I always put a defrizzer in it. This one is John Frieda, but like I said, I'm not loyal to any brand. So I just take a couple of pumps, put it in my hand, and I put it on wet or dry. It just helps my hair not to get so frizzy and gives it a smooth texture. And I promise you, I'm not one of those hair people. You can tell all summer long, my hair is usually just tied back. This is more just a protector and helps calm down. I don't mind my hair being curly. I don't like the frizziness to it. And it's always frizzy more in the front. There. And then, always when I blow dry, especially one of the gizmos we're going to use today gets very hot, I always put a heat protector. This one's Tresemme, but I usually just get something I can find on sale. So I'm going to clean up anything here so when I put the hair dryer on, the hair doesn't go anywhere, and I'll be right back. Okay, something I learned a really long time ago from a hairdresser that I used to see, like I said, a long time ago when I lived in the suburbs. She told me that especially when you have thick curly hair, no one should be blow drying their hair, like to style it, until your hair is about 75% dry, because all you're doing when you're like styling it is trying to dry it. You only should be doing the styling part when your hair is about 75% dry, because you're just exerting energy and putting the direct heat on your hair for no reason. So I'm just going to keep going like this. My hair is getting pretty dry just because I've had it while I'm cutting it. But you'll see what I mean. I'm only going to like go like this for a few minutes till I get it like 75 to 80% dry. And then I'll start styling it. Like I said, it was pretty dry anyhow because I took the time to cut it in between. This brush is awesome. And if I let my hair go naturally curly, I don't blow dry it at all. I just use that defrizzer and let it go. But let me tell you something about this hair dryer. I bought this several years ago because when I did go to a hairdresser, she asked me to hold her hair dryer for some reason. I don't know why. In between doing my hair, she asked me to hold it. And I went, oh my God, this is the lightest hair dryer in the world. And it is very, very hard on my arms to blow dry my hair. It's thick, it's curly. And with fibro, my arms ache every time I do my hair. I dread hair washing day. And I wrote down the brand and the name and everything. It is not a cheap hair dryer by any means, but I can't tell you the difference it's made. It is fantastic. It is so lightweight. I don't even think it weighs like a pound, half a pound. And because it's a professional hair dryer, it's just works fantastic. So this is a purchase that was an investment. I've had it for years and hopefully it lasts a lot longer. It's just amazing. And sometimes I blow dry it, then I use my hair straightener. I'll show you that. But this thing is a game changer, totally. I got this off of Amazon maybe almost 2 years ago. It's made by Revlon, And I thought, oh, I'm going to give it a try. It's a Revlon product. We'll see how it works. And this is the best thing, especially if you do your hair dry at 75% dry. This thing works like a hair dryer, a straightener, and a styler. I told you my hair is bonkers curly and frizzy. This thing makes the world of difference. I can do my hair in less than half the time, combining a hair dryer and a straightener, and it just comes out beautiful. It's noisy, it gets super hot. There's different settings. I put it on super hot because I need it to get my hair straight and smooth. So I'm going to use it, and I do my hair in stages. The only thing I do though is I take a brush and I blow dry here because this is where I'm the frizziest, and this is a big barrel and I need a small one just to get here. So this is what I'm going to use now, but I'm just going to blow dry here a little bit. All right, on to my favorite tool. Just give it a quick brush. This is where my face is going to turn 50 shades of red because I get so hot. You see how smooth and unfrizzy that is? You wouldn't believe the arm power I would need with, I have a big barrel, one of these, but the arm power I would need to pull that straight. All right, on to another level. Now I'm trying for a more straight hair approach, but if you kept that tool I'm using like kind of like wrapped like that, you would get a bit of a curl or a bounce to your hair. But I don't want that today. See all the frizz? It's usually worse than this. It's because I've been brushing it a lot. It gives you a bit of lift. I have to do this quickly. Another tip, I was told by a hairdresser, especially again, if you have curly, thick hair, after you blow dry or use a straightener, the best thing you can do is to put cool air on your hair after to set it. If you leave it hot, the humidity and heat will still work in your hair. So I'm taking my blow dryer and putting it on cool. And it cools me off too. Whew. Sorry, I'm not looking in the lens. I have to keep looking in the camera part. See how awesome that tool is? That would have taken me 3 times longer and 100 times more work using my blow dryer and straightening iron thing. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thinning out scissors And I know the parts of my hair that get like the bulkiest and the thickest. And I'm just going to go down and thin it all out. I'll move you back a bit. So for me, it's always, well, I don't have as much hair here, obviously, but a lot of it is like just back here. And I just take the scissors and run them down along here. So basically what I did today was more or less, see, is trim off a good chunk of the dead ends and then just thin out my hair. It's hard to do. I'm looking in the camera, not in a big mirror, so. But like I said, when you have thick, naturally curly hair, it can be very forgiving. All right, now for the top layer. This is where I have a lot of bulk. I have to do this in the mirror, I'm sorry. That side. Now over here. I don't go like all the way to the top. I kind of just go near towards the ends because I don't want short hairs up here. And that should do it. And now you know why I don't blow dry my hair all the time. All right, I'll be back with you in just a second. Just in case you didn't think I cut a lot of my hair, there's the pile against my foot in the broom. It's pretty big. I told you I have a lot of hair. So that's it. I generally don't take that long to do it, the styling part. The haircut, like I said, maybe twice a year. And I do Frank's too, all the time. So it is saving a lot of money. Last time I went, I don't know, probably with the blow dry, a cut was like $60, if not more. Out here in the country area, it's a lot less expensive than the city. once a month I cut Frank's hair and trim his beard and everything like that. So it saves us a lot of money. I don't like having to sit in a hairdresser's chair for a long time. I never know how I'm going to feel, if I make an appointment, if I'll be able to go. So this serves me very, very well. I don't mind doing it. I'm just not a fan of always having to blow dry my hair. That's why you'll often see me let it go curly. I like the fact that I can just tie it back. I'm not fussy that way. To me, it's just hair. But every once in a while, it does make you feel good when you can, make it look nice, I guess. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope you liked it. It's not really a tutorial. Don't do as I do. It was just to show you what I do. So anyway, until we're together again, take care.